Hello and welcome to this series of workshops on technology enhanced language learning and integration, or TELI for short. I'm Dr. Brona Chatbusic and I'm an assistant professor in applied linguistics at Trinity College Dublin. And together with my colleague, Dr. Shadi Karazi, who's a learning technologist at Dublin City University, we are organising these workshops for Fáilte Isteach tutors as part of a research project supported by the Irish Research Council through their New Foundations programme. So just to tell you a little bit about the project. So the purpose of this project is to understand the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on English language learning among adult migrants in Fáilte Isteach classes, and to explore how digital tools may support language learning and integration after the pandemic. What does this project involve? Well, we've already carried out a survey of Fáilte Isteach learners and tutors earlier this year. And based on the findings of that survey, we are now organising a series of 6 workshops for tutors on using digital tools with their Fáilte Isteach classes. And our key research question is, how may technology enhance language learning and support integration, particularly as we are moving back to face-to-face learning, and also to support our learners with their out-of-class learning as well. So what have we learned thus far from the pandemic? Well, from the findings of the survey of Fáilte Isteach learners and tutors, we discovered that most learners and tutors who participated in this survey thought that some kind of a blend of face-to-face classes with some digital support would be useful. And people talked about the variety of digital tools that are available, how they can be used flexibly with learners at different English language proficiency levels, or across different language skills, and also how technology is very prevalent in our lives today, and how it's important for integration in Ireland, for example, in accessing employment or education. So you can see some of the quotes from our learners and tutors from the survey there. And then looking at the structure of the TELI workshops. So the overall aims of the workshops are to explore how accessible digital tools, and by that we mean tools or resources that are easy to use, that are widely available, how these can be used to support English language learning and integration among adult migrants in Ireland. And also to develop practical resources using accessible digital tools to support learners within Fáilte Isteach classes and in their out-of-class learning. So the objectives of the workshops are to enable you as tutors to learn about digital tools, which may be useful in your Fáilte Isteach classes, and to develop your own English language learning resources, which involve the use of digital tools, and to support your learners to use accessible digital tools for their language learning and integration. And then to give you an overview of the workshop series. So in week 1, we will focus on using digital tools during and after the pandemic. In week 2, we look at how to use audio visual resources in your Fáilte Isteach classes. In week 3, we will start creating resources for technology enhanced learning. Then in week 4, we focus on interactive games and activities. And in week 5, we will look at how technology can be used to support integration and intercultural understanding in Ireland. And finally, in week 6, there'll be a presentation of the technology enhanced resources created by tutors during the workshops. And finally, just to introduce you to workshop 1. So we're focusing this week on using digital tools during and after the pandemic. and we will consider tutors' own experience of using digital tools during COVID. Then we'll talk about the idea of blended learning and how accessible digital tools can be used after the pandemic in your Fáilte Isteach classes. And we also introduce the concept of universal design for learning and how using digital tools can enhance inclusion and respond to the diversity of learners in your classes. So every week we will provide tips on using digital tools and websites and apps to support English language learning and intercultural understanding. And we'll also provide reflective activities with individual feedback each week. So thank you very much, and looking forward to the start of the workshop series.